And we're live. I hear Miko. I will say there is a 90% chance of you guys hearing some duplicate audios. Please let me know if that's the case, and I will try and fix it. I realize one of the reasons I cannot easily move my streaming software over to the other machine is because I do a lot of recording on this machine, and I only have one mic set up, and it would be very obnoxious to have two microphone setups on my desk. All right, let's do some sound checks here. Well, some of this echo, I think, is the space we're in, not actual echo. Oh, that's right, there was a Spriggan. Oh, I guess we can't really talk to Miko to get... Oh, here we go. Let's talk. Wait, have we gotten any audio yet? No, we haven't. We're still early in the quest line. We just get sighs and... Gonna be hard to judge from that one. We're gonna need some combat barks to judge sound. Sinister, how's it going? Farmarine, did you see the news? I assume you're talking about the stuff from Friday? We basically got confirmation of all the things we knew were coming. I think, was there any new news in there? I think the only thing that caught my eye as something that I hadn't heard rumors of before was Fallout 76 getting a prequel to Fallout 3, which is pretty cool. Hopefully it'll be... I'm hoping that they'll do more like story-forward 76 stuff. So far, none of them have pulled me back in because everybody I know who plays it is like, nah, it was mostly just like a new playground. Hey, Simmets. Canuck. Hello, guys. I assume we're supposed to go down this hole. I feel like that seems to be the MO of this level designer. It's to send us down holes. What do you think Creation Engine 3 will be like? I imagine it'll be just a more polished version of the Starfield Creation Engine, because the Starfield Creation Engine... Oh, I think I missed all these expedition logs. I think this is the first one that I've found. Whoopsie. So my bet would be it will be... there's a lot of stuff in... There's a lot of stuff in the Starfield Creation Engine that's a little rough around the edges. Like, they have an effect sequencer, but it has no visual element. Like most of the game engines now for their effect sequencer, like you can preview them in the preview window very easily, and there's ways to do it, but it's more, you generally have to go in the game to make sure it's going to work correctly, which makes testing a lot slower. And then they added this new thing called the inspector window, which adds a lot of extra data, but it's very bland looking. It doesn't look like it has had a lot of time to be cooked from a design perspective. So I imagine it's just going to be more user-friendly, would be my assumption, that they've probably improved a lot of things to make it easier for people to build content, because they need to move quicker internally, and now that they have the VC program, they need to make sure that new people can onboard quickly, and that is not the case with the Creation Engine. It is very slow to get people trained up. We have descended beyond the natural stone and into worked halls, though no hand I know of could have shaped them. The architecture feels wrong, as if the angles do not sit well with the eye. We have lost two more of our party, not to the traps we have come across, nor beasts of the surface we have encountered, but to things that dwell here, the shapes in the dark. I write this with trembling hands. We came seeking a relic of great power, but I begin to suspect that it was left here for a reason. It was not meant to be found again. Still, there is no turning back. The giants block the way forward. They block the way. Forward is the only path left to us. Divines preserve us. Marith, Scholar of the Mages College. I'll take that. Hey, Patrick. Fresh my memory. What night do you do Starfield? So it's Sundays as well, but it's I'm playing through the news thing we just released on Skyrim and a Starfield playthrough, and I'm alternating Sundays. So last Sunday we played Starfield. This Sunday we'll play Skyrim, and the next we'll be back. We'll go back in Starfield. Am I gonna get bonked by this trap here? Probably. Can we turn it off? Is that this way? Wait a second, to that. Oh, I'm bonking them with the trap. Whoops. There was really no reason to come back here. I don't think I can get to those. Oh, I see. All right, sorry. Sorry, Spirit Guide. I need to sneak back here. Then we do it again. Not a very companion-friendly puzzle. Oh, poor Miko. Come on, we got your trap, buddy. Let's go. Our dog's just, that's his cage now. Wait, maybe he can make it now. Come on, buddy. All right. Good job, bud. I think we were going this way. Yeah, I'll take some gold. I love those. It's so much fun. I love knocking stuff down. Oh, we got a friend here. Whoa. Sheesh. Don't stand in the lava. No. Oh. We got a heal right at the last second there from the guide spirit. Let's pop a potion here. What do we got? What do we got? Extreme healing. That'll do. Whew. Are we standing in lava again? No. We're just on fire. Oh, I didn't need that soul gem fragment, but... Okay, we survived. Kind of understand I would want better companion AI in CE3 as it stands now. I don't use companions because of the terrible AI. That would be nice. That would be a nice thing they could improve. I think one of the things Starfield did to help with that, incidentally, with like at least with the pathing, was just that you can give them jetpacks so they can just kind of jump over the problem areas, which probably helps a lot. Our solution is frequently just we gotta rely on teleporting. Now, fortunately, with this, it was immersive to do. Otherwise, usually we just have to do it anyway. Giant flaming skeleton. Oh, sorry, Bob. Sam's loaded up Starfield Kinggath the first time a few days ago. It takes an eternity to load even with CKPE. Yeah, it is very slow. It is very slow. Oh, these poor buggers. Wow, we dusted them, but we also made a mess there. How unlike us. How old was that? Oh, there were spear traps in the walls. Hell, they got me. Can I get that emerald, please? Thank you. You're a tanky guy. This dungeon was really interesting from a sound design perspective. We kept running into problems. We actually had this in a couple of them. So our dungeon designers were very fond of traps, and because we were trying to get dungeons that felt very epic in scale, we ran into an issue of if you have too many sound creating objects in a space, the engine kind of buckles. So we had to do a lot of clever things to prevent the game sound from stopping. Oh god. Oh, we got wrecked. Where did that? I have no idea where that came from. Yes, load the save. Because I knew I got hit by the trap. Oh, maybe I was just burning still from the previous hit. Ah, we gotta do all that again. Okay. Well, let's run a little faster this time. We'll take the log. I think I won. Worried I was getting killed there with the animation. Sometimes those two-hander guys just take you from full to dead. So anyway, so we ended up doing redoing a lot of the sound effects for the traps to make them less intense, and which ended up working out for making them not quite as grating when there were a lot of them, because when there's a whole bunch of traps in an area at once, it can be painful in the ears. Less looting, more running through here. Hey, Reyna. Okay, turn this off, turn that. Okay, so that second one opens the door and then starts a fireball trap, which is what, okay, that's what got us before. I thought it was far enough away from it. I wonder if it hit the trap as it was going up. Because I tucked myself off to the left over here, which then gets you with, if you do it right in this little alcove, you get, oh god. Oh, it's hitting Miko. Oh, are you kidding me? Like, it's killing the dog. Hitting the dog, and I'm getting killed by the splash damage. Miko's tanking it, and I'm eating it. Oh, actually, I gotta remember to grab the ectoplasm. Okay, so we probably just have to, I guess I just gotta sprint when I get near that fireball trap to make sure I'm out of there before Miko gets us killed. Because I don't want to leave Miko behind. Wait a second, that was not that was the skeleton. There we go, closer remains. Oh my god. the kill counter, or the death counter is so high. Hope none of you were playing the drinking game. Oops. Thank you for the heals. You just keep those coming, that would be great. She listened to me. Just keep going with the heals. Appreciate it. Got me again. Did not realize that stone was my trigger. Dusted them all. All right. Okay. Let's not make the same mistake again. Okay, so this time, turn off this trap. Save. Now continue. Okay. Alright, and now we need... You know what we need? Hold on a second. Resist shock. I know we have some resist fire. I remember grabbing it. Nope, that's poison. I could have sworn I grabbed a fire resistance. I saw shock resistance. Resist cold. Now we better regen. Just keep moving, keep moving. No time to stop. Don't look for the trap switch, just get out of there. New spells, alright. Okay, I'm trying to remember what happens in here. It's gonna be a little bit of a gauntlet. I like that she's healing me while Nico's the one tanking. Oh god! I was standing in lava, I got ripped apart. Oh, this is why we saved. I can resist everything but fire today. Alright, hold on. Fireball connects. Through. Nope, we'll just take one. Keep moving, duck this one. Keep going. There we go. Alright, hold on a second. We need healing. What if we just ignore them and see what happens? Apparently they all chase me. Alright, oh god. Oh god. Yep, bring on the heals, bring on the heals. Come on, shout, work. Whew. Sorry, Miko. That was intense. Apparently I can't search any of these ash piles. What's going on there? Oh, there it goes. Okay. I guess we're going to be on the save plan. Oh, actually, hold on. I didn't do the rest of that room back there. They all followed me in. I didn't get the, okay, so this is deadly. Let's not touch the lava. Okay, that lowered one set. Dwarven armor of eminent. That's not enough money for how much that thing weighs. Okay, I missed a switch somewhere. Oh, also we've got ourselves a flaming Wisp Mother. Close. There we go. Is there something up there that I missed? Oh, I'm pretty sure that's the switch I hit before. Yeah, that's the one I hit earlier. Alright. Oh, we got another one. Oh god. Yep, that's not what I wanted, but we'll take it. Alright, healing, there we go. Got greedy there. I was like, I got a heal on me. I got a regen potion. We can go. It's not a good night to play the drink when KG dies game. You know what? We're going back in. We're not going to get beat by a couple of wisp mothers. So that's where we came in, I think. Okay, there's another wall up there. Oh, hello. There's the outer layer. Okay, I half expected that to trigger another wave of enemies. All right. Alright, so this should trigger the Wisp Mothers. But also access to the treasure. Alright, let's save. Can actually start with this. There we go. One down. Nope, not in the lava, not in the lava. Oh god. Alright, I think that worked. Relentless shield smashing. Okay. So, I believe where we need to go is over here. Wait, no, that was to the switch. Miko, don't jump in the fire. Go over the fire. Okay, I think we came in this way because it knocked the pillar over, which means the exit. Not sure. This way? Yes. Yeah, here we go. Oh. Yeah, most of the skeletons are just kind of one hit, and then occasionally you find one that's a bit meaty. Wait, is this where I came in? Yep, on the fire again. Okay, so we need to go to the other side. There we go. Okay. Hmm. Oh, it's right over here. It's so funny to see which enemies are immune to ragdolling. Like I did not expect it out of some of the random skeletons. Did expect these guys to be, oh god, ragdoll immune. They are not. Well then, I'm glad I've been hoarding potions. Oh, there's traps too. That's what I'm getting hit by. Ah! There were fire traps on there. I thought I just had to dodge the Spriggans, but... Oh no. Alright, I figured out her attack animate, or her spell casting animation. God, what am I stuck on? What am I stuck on? Okay, this is where we came in. And then the exit is to the right. There we go. We're already killing all these skeletons. Okay. Asbestos lining on your armor, yeah, for sure. For sure. I actually, you know, hold on a second. I used to carry around fire resist boots. Let's see if I still have those. Of course not. I left them back at the, I can't remember which house we were using. What's the name of the tower that I usually use? Hold on a second. I gotta check my map. It's gonna drive me nuts. Oh, I can't see all my map markers from in here. Interesting. Anyway, it's one of the, it's like Merwatch? Is that what it's called? Anyway. Believe I dropped off my fire resist boots there some time ago. Okay, then we go to the right here. Nope, not settings. We want save. There we go. Out come the Spriggans. And the fire traps. Okay then. I don't think I even killed that one. I thought they exploded when they died, but apparently they've just got a explosive attack. All right, this is a tough dungeon without any fire resist gear. Skeletal Bones, hello, how are you? Oh. Stuck in this crack right here. Oh, there we go. Whoa. Please go explode over there. Thank you. Alright, we need some healing again. Oh, it runs away. Okay. It explodes and then escapes. So it's not like an explosion on death. It's like an explosion on near death. Interesting. Alright, let's see here. Guess that can go up there. There we go. You seem looking for 3D artists. Wonder if your website's up to date. Yeah, we don't have any full-time positions open right now, but we do hire contractors with most of our projects. So, like 3D art and animation is definitely something we're looking for help with whenever we kick off a project, which we will be soon. Oh, sorry, Mako. Take it that means you're an artist. I'm sorry. Oh, I feel bad every time I hear the little dog yelp. Never gets easy. Oh, here we go. Treasure room. Yes, please. Oh, hell yeah. That's all. Oh, in case we want to get married again. Can't do that to Helvana. Oh wait, this is a skill book, isn't it? Oh, I've already read it. All right. Resist fire, the real treasure in that room. Probably gonna need that for the boss fight. Time to save. Tanky skeletons. I hate whenever I randomly catch the health bar of one of my allies, and it's like, I'm pointing right at the enemy. Where's this coming from? Yeah, that was interesting. Like, the skeletons were harder to kill than the flame Atronachs there. The Atronach I didn't really even engage with. She just kind of died on her own. Freaking love this place. It's freaking gorgeous. This is such cool assets. And I'm pretty sure all the lava and everything was added in the resource pack they gave us. Bethesda made when they kicked off the VC program. Do a favor to win 3D art on Skyrim. A lot of subsides. Nice. How is Skyrim going? That's been the most epic of projects. It's been going on for a very long time now. I feel like it was announced the year Skyrim came out. We need some fast healing. He's trying to jump over the wall, but he's still managing to fight. That's funny. Hey, can we take out some of these smaller ones? This guy. Oh no! I stepped in the lava and it roasts you fast. Makes sense. Okay, stay out of the lava. You know what I need to start doing is actually using my build here. I guess the fire spell in the middle, not great. Oh, you know, hold on a second. We need Venzicree in right hand. Venzicree. Cadence Rod. Let's go. There we go. Okay. Keep those saves coming. All right, let's try this again. Using the character we actually built here. Oh, there were more skeletons. Like, how am I still? Oh, there's fire traps too. That's a little much. That's a little much. Okay, there we go. I was not prepared for the fire traps on the floor, too. That's a little excessive. Whew. There we go. Skull Bones, I haven't been around near as long as the others, but it's making quite good progress. Nice. Yeah, I've known a few people who worked on that project over the years. And it's really hard to pull off those big projects. You need like somebody who's willing to stick with it for the very, very long haul. And deal with a lot of setbacks and everything. And constantly be recruiting. And they seem to be doing that. Not lava in it. Yeah, I need some fire resist, Mod Hunter. I have some fire resist gear back at the player home, but I did not think to bring it. I have like 40% fire resist boots and then just completely forgot to bring them. Even though I knew that this was coming. It's actually one of the reasons we added in the there's an exit right before you get to this. So that way if you're like, oh man, I gotta get some fire resist gear for here, you have a way to get out of here before the dungeon starts. For potions, that's awesome. These skeletons are crazy that they're not, or that they're immune to knockback. You can just take a crazy amount of damage to kill. I'm fairly certain these are vanilla leveled lists. Like I think we may have added the flame eyes to them, but the leveled enemy thing that determines how much health they have and stuff is space games. Oh no. Good Gatling laser in here. Yeah, it was definitely. This one was definitely designed to be like a gauntlet of combat because it's for a warrior. So there was a lot of thought put into the level designers about trying to make each of the new dungeons feel like they're meant to challenge that class. So the warrior will be doing a lot of fighting. The mage one's got more puzzles. The thief one's a lot more traps and sneaking around. Toxin Caves, this is it. Hey, how's it going? It's lighting me on fire for sure. I am very sad there was no fire resist potion up here. That's all I want right now. Fire resist potion and ectoplasm. I actually may suggest I might reach out to our level designer in this one and ask him if he wants to do a new pass of loot on here. I think this place could use more ectoplasm. I feel like there's very little in it. And that's kind of the big prize you want. There was a lot on the other sections of the dungeon. A lot of the secret areas had little things of salt, and I always wondered if he just accidentally left those instead of doing the. I was hoping those were going to be fire resist boots. Instead of doing ectoplasm because they have a very similar graphic. But I remember him saying he added a lot of fire resist potions to this, but I'm not finding them. I think maybe I'm not looking hard enough. Oh, what do we got? One right here? Nope. No. Didn't want to talk. What does that do? Oh, there was some fire resist. But first we gotta fight this mother. Stinky skeletons. Oh god. There it goes. It's like, why isn't my shot working? Alright, let's take out the easy ones first. Stop with the attacking. Get with the healing. We win? Whew. Alright, what did this do? Okay, that is what we wanted to hit. We made it. If Skyblivion comes out this year and ends up being good, I think it'll be a big motivator for people. Oh, for sure, yeah. I've seen those big projects come out. Whenever those happened, when we were still developing Sim Settlements as a team, I'd always reach out to the folks to congratulate them, send them a Patreon donation, and try and rally the team around it. It's like, oh, they can do it, we can do. From what I've heard, it's right on the cusp. Or something like Ice Storm would cool the lava. Yeah, that would be cool if we could do that. It probably could be done with if that was the direction we had wanted to go with this, but like I think from a technical perspective, we could have pulled something off like that. It wouldn't have been like super dynamic. It would have been like if you hit, you know, an area with enough ice then maybe the lava in a chunk converts into like hot rock or whatever, you know, whatever it would be, kind of like black cracked little bit of fire coming through, like almost you cooled it down or something. Virulent poison, no, that's not what we want. Weak poison, get these poisons out of here. Aversion to fire, aversion to magic. Oh, that's right. We're not in Kansas anymore. Did Sarik help with this one with the dungeon design? I mean, he usually, so the way we tend to work is Sarik kind of, well, we tend to have an idea for rough mechanics, right? So like this one started out with like, what would it look like if our team made a follower mod? And so it's like, well, we want a system with it. So it's like, all right, well, we can have multiple forms for them, and we can do upgrades for them, so you could make like a super powered companion or follower. And then he started coming up with background stories for the characters, and then it was just like rough direction for the dungeon. And then it was like, it just needs to be a place that's like deep under a mine and sets up the moments that are supposed to happen in the story. And then other than that it can kind of be whatever you want it. And then of course we had the items designed. So we knew one of the first things I did when we started development with this was I added destructible walls, because I knew how to do, from all my time building stuff for Bard's College and some settlements, I was pretty good at making destructible meshes in 3ds Max. So I was like, well, let me make a destructible wall, because we knew we wanted the shield bash to feel really powerful. So then it was like, all right, well, let's make sure the dungeon has lots of things you can smash with the shield and knock down or blow up. And then the rest of it just kind of was our artists coming up with ideas from the kit. And I know there was a whole bunch of lava assets that were added with the resource pack that was given to mod authors when the VC program launched. And so it was an excuse to use them because they're really cool looking.
That rock, do you see it? The spirit conceals itself within. Strike at the stones, and the spirit will have no choice but to face you.
An alchemy bench would be nice. I know there are some in the previous areas of the dungeon. I think one of the problems we have, and this is again something I'll probably feedback. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's Miko, frozen in time, doing one of his little silly jumps, just trying to get over barriers. I think I might suggest that we put more of them in here, and also a better warning before you enter the space, because I believe at the beginning of this cell, so the dungeon's made up of 3 cells, but I believe at the beginning of this cell you have to fall down a hole, and it's really hard to get back up if you don't have mods like Bard's College. And so it ends up being that going back, if you're like, oh crap, this place is fire, I want to go get fire resist gear and potions and stuff, becomes a non-option if you go too far, because there's no backtracking at a certain point in the cell. So we may need to add a little ramp or something to let you get back up so that you can. And maybe there is one and I just didn't find it. But it would be nice to make sure people have options to deal with all the fire once they realize how much of it is in here. All right, this is gonna be a boss fight. Let us 100% save, and this will be probably when we pop our fire resist potion.
I smell death on you. You dare wield Oblivion's wall as though you earned it. You have not. That shield is mine. And yet, I still hold it. What sorcery is this? I am Malgrek, once of Clan Bangry. The weak call me a monster. The strong call me their doom. That rock, a prison. It was not what was promised. I will not be caged. I will not be controlled. When the rock fractured, I took back my freedom.
This guy's voice is crazy deep. If you want to hear some really insane singing, if you look up this guy's voice actor is Eric Holloway. He's got a pretty big presence on social media, and he does a lot of singing, and he's like whoever you imagine as a bass, and then this guy sings and it like lowers everything another octave or two. It's crazy. We actually have him do some songs, some Bard's College songs, in a patch that we've submitted to Bethesda. We're just waiting for it to go through to QA.
It turns aside the weak and punishes the unworthy. It is more than a shield. It is judgment. No one commands me, least of all a thief. I'll take my shield back from your mangled corpse.
Okay, so this is probably one of our tougher boss fights. I'm gonna walk you guys through how to beat this. So, all of the bosses have an immunity phase, and his is right away. And you can see there's like a little tail pulling your eyes toward the way you're supposed to go. There's these beacons here, and you want to smash them with the shield. It'll explode, and then he will be weakened. One thing to note is if you're gonna get up on top of him, keep the shield equipped. It'll prevent him from throwing you across the room. Otherwise, he can do a ragdoll attack with his Oblivion's Wall and will send you flying, so you'll want to wear that. But he is very weak to magic and poison, so I think we should be able to take him out pretty quickly with our little shout package here. But we need to make sure we don't get clobbered. Alright, then he'll go to phase 2. Alright, I need to get this wall back out. And you can also look into the air to find the next globe. Oh, this one's not glowing. Hold on, I need to make a save here to... There's supposed to be like a beam coming off of it. This looks like it's not working for me. Save. Malgrack. No... Ceiling beam. Oh god. Alright, and then you need to hoof it right away as soon as you crack that, because it actually makes the lava start rising too. The goal of this was to make it so that the arena shrinks, so that it's harder and harder to dodge them. So each time we have the whole platform is designed so that the fighting area gets smaller each time, so it gets harder and harder to actually just kite him. Oh god. Oh yeah, the beams aren't working. Okay, interesting. Oh, they are. They just gotta be. You can't see them when you're up close to them. That's kind of funny. It's like a rendering issue. All right. Let's see. We need. Okay, this one's gonna be tough. No, no, he got me. I'm dead. I'm dead. Super dead. Super dead. Yeah, I can let the save. Okay. Oh god, what happened? What happened? The reload bugged. Hold on a second. What? That was weird. The game just didn't load me back to my actual save file. Oh, I wonder if an autosave kicked in. God, am I not going to be able to get past him? At least I got the shield. Okay, hold on a second. Let's do fast healing. Cadence rock. Oh, what did he just do? Oh, he just did like a whirlwind sprint. All right, we need to do... Let's do this. Oh, he caught me off guard. No, 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 no. Let's see if that worked on him. It did. Nice. It's not enough. It's not enough. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Nope, nope, nope. Ooh. Alright, hold on a second. We need this. Okay, good. Lured him away. I can follow this path up. Okay, okay. No, no, I don't. No, I don't. Give me the heals. Give me the heals. Oh, wait, I know what we need to do. We need to go keep... Let's do this. We just won't use Fenzicrete. There we go. There we go. Now we got a plan. Uh-oh. There we go. What happened to him? We killed him. We obliterated his spirit. I think something went wrong when we reloaded the save, because it put us under the floor. Hold on, I'm gonna save this here. There we go. Save. Where's Malgrack? All right, and then we're gonna exit the game and reload back up. So the so Creation Engine games have this nice thing we call the reload bug, which is sometimes when you reload your save, not everything loads correctly, and it will hold data from the previous one, which is probably how I ended up under the floor. So let's go ahead and reload here. Better than a crash, but still very confusing. All right, he is not there. Let's see. Help. Spirit for GST. There we go. All right, let's see here. He's not disabled. Where the hell is he? There he is. Where the hell was he? And he seems like he's invisible. Oh, he is there. He's just invisible for some reason.
I remember now.
Oh, I know what it is. Hold on. Set alpha. Oh, I can't do that in
chose to rest in that rock. My time has...
So he was there. He's just invisible. Sorry, I gotta say, I'll shoot it over to see why that happened.
I yield to you. Oblivion's wall.
I know we have a fallback for this. If a character ends up invisible, we have them show back up again when we go to the hub. She doesn't mind that he's invisible. She won't judge.
You, the one who promised purpose beyond blood. So it ends as it began. Very well. Guide me once more.
And down goes the lava in case you want to go looking for treasures. Okay. Well, no, I think he probably turned invisible. My guess is it had something to do with I knocked him into the lava, and I know we have something to prevent him from just getting stuck in there where he gets teleported back. And so that must have set his alpha to 0. I don't know why though. But gotta save now. We'll shoot it over. Get it worked out. I know there's a patch that's already submitted. I wonder if that's fixed in that, because I don't know if I'm on that version or not. Bummer. That is always unfortunate. But if any of you runs into that and creates a problem where you can't fight him or whatever, I would highly recommend rolling back, reloading. I think we do autosaves before all of the boss fights. I am going to risk it here. We're going to go back to the Sanctum and see if he reappears. I may save and use some console commands to test some things while we're here. All right, let's head back to the Sanctum. But yeah, I want to make sure that this isn't he's not stuck like this in my save. Because if so, then I will roll back and fight him again. Maybe just in God mode this time.
The geode has accepted the spirit. It has been reclaimed. There are those who pass, yet do not truly go. I merely shone a lantern, illuminating a way for them. Now you find those that remain, the thief and the mage. And there are others, spirits of smaller deed. These lesser souls entered the geode by their own accord. It was not meant for them, nor can we lead them back. If we cross their path, dispersing them will lay them to rest, and what remains of their essence may be gathered. There is more I wish to say. When I passed the spirit to the geode, I felt a part of it linger. It left in me a kind of spark. I believe I can channel this, call upon it. In the warrior's tomb, a shade spoke of me. Do you recall its words? It said that I can become the warrior. I know now that the shade spoke true. If you ask it of me, I will bear the mantle of the old heroes and lend you their strength. Hold a moment. I sense something. Please, follow me. More with memory. It bears record of the warrior's knowledge, etched not by heart, but by soul. Should you offer it the essence of fallen spirits,
Thank you for the subscribe, Alex.
awaken,
Welcome.
and through it, I can draw forth new strength with which to aid you. The road ahead is yours to walk, but if you seek guidance, speak with me, and I shall offer what I can. But for now, I believe you know what must be done.
Okay, let's
Though they have passed
start
into
using
the
this
geode,
new
a trace of them remains
follower.
within me, an echo of who they were. Their voice, instincts, and strength. I feel it. I know things I did not before. I think of faces I have never seen, of battles I have not fought. Their mastery, skills, and talents. Through me, these things can live again. I will not truly be them, but I will not be myself either. The stones that surround the geode, with more essence offered to them, I believe this bond I have can deepen. If it is your will, I shall wear the mantle of these heroes. I will stand beside you and lend you their power. Who do I call upon?
There we go. Get ourselves a tank.
We must talk, and it needs to be in my own form, not this one.
Oh, okay.
I am Malgrak of Clan Bangrit. At least, I used to be. They exiled me. Too weak, too small. No place for one as pathetic as I was. And so I lived as an outcast. I hunted, fought, survived, until I grew stronger than any of them dared dream. I returned to my clan tempered by years of hardship, Oblivion's wall in hand. The old chieftain withered before my might. But I found no joy in my conquest, so I left. Again, I sought purpose, although I'm unsure I ever found it.
Hold on a second. I want to
Try to stay alive.
check something. He said, I want to talk to you in my original form. Hold on.
What brings you now? If you have words, speak them. You again. We must talk, and it needs to be in my own form, not this one.
All right. I need to ask about that. I think that line might be misconditioned because I don't think she has anything. Hold on. We'll try. Maybe I'm wrong. Hold on.
I will not hide.
Maybe she does have something to say.
Something.
Oh, yeah. She does have something to say.
Stirs
Okay,
within
cool.
me. A memory. Something that may be of use to your efforts. If you are willing, I would share this with you. May we speak? It's still faint in my mind, but clearer with each passing moment. In the Geode's chamber, I remember a relic. A flask. Yes, it was used to hold essence and transmute it into a drinkable substance. Those who drank from the flask found each sip could muster great power from within, restoring what was lost. Should you find it, the flask could be a valuable tool. I wish I could say with certainty, but I know it was stored within the same chamber as the Sigil Geode, hidden away in some hollow alcove. Perhaps if you were to search, a mismatched tile or a loose stone may give the hiding place away. Each time it is filled, and the liquid it creates consumed, a great exaltation is granted. The flask's brew will fire the blood, bestowing vitality, magicka, and fortitude. I pray your search is swift. The flask may yet serve in what lies ahead.
Okay. So I know right where it is, but the hint was the alcoves, so it was basically just search around the little alcoves that are here and find something out of place. Incense added. Now let's see if I can remember the pattern. I think it's this one and this one. There we go. Spirit Flask. Consume 5 ectoplasm to restore all health, magicka, and stamina. So this was added in. We wanted something to make sure that ectoplasm became valuable even after you finished all of the...
You found the flask.
all of filling out the skill tree
Any
and
spirit
finishing the
who
quests,
lays
that you would have some
leaves behind a
perpetual
small
use
part
for it.
of its essence. If you choose, you may fill the flask with this. And when you imbibe, it shall grant you a brief, yet powerful restorative. I trust you will use this relic wisely.
Now, I don't think we have anywhere near enough to use it yet on that, but we've got it if we want it. Let's see, what is our ectoplasm count? Yeah, we got 89, but we're going to be using quite a bit here. So we are going to go invest it into the skill tree here. So these murals are gorgeous. These are done by Cynical Bounce, who does most of our concept art and a lot of 2D art. And the murals were built by Shadow or Rick on her team, and then she gets in there and builds these out in or Elena, sorry, Cynical Bounce builds these out in ZBrush and kind of carves these into the rock. They are gorgeous. All right, so these are for your follower, not for you. I know that is something I've seen some people who've played this be confused about. We ended up, because playtesters thought it was for them at first, we ended up rewording them, so all of the descriptions now specifically say, you know, the warrior spirit, the mage spirit, or the thief spirit, just to make sure that there was no... I'm looking for her. There she is. There was no confusion about that.
I am here to guide.
All right, let's get her to take on the form of the warrior. And then we have to ask her to follow me.
I follow.
Man, a few words. Where's your shield, buddy? That is one of those little things that we were trying to follow vanilla pattern as closely as possible. And one of the things that I never realized about the vanilla game, because I'm so used to Fallout 4, is that in Fallout 4, when you dismiss a companion, or when you take on a companion, the other one is automatically dismissed. In Skyrim, you have to explicitly tell your other one to go away before you bring on the next one. So while normally in Fallout 4 we would just be like, oh, you have a follower now, and then we would send your other one away. In Skyrim, that breaks pattern, so it would feel awkward. Maybe not for some of the mods, like I know, like Inigo and a lot of the followers like that tend to have their own framework. But again, we always try and build Vanilla Plus, where it feels like it's part of the base game or done in the way the official DLCs are done, just to try and make the project feel as official as possible, so it's not... People can get... There's a certain reticence a lot of people have who haven't really dove into mods before about things that are made by somebody other than Bethesda, because it feels like... What would you call it? Like fan fiction instead of canon. And so to help break some of that tension, we always try and stick to whatever the base game does for our decisions. So these orange ones are the ones that they start with. So he's got extra armor rating for heavy armor. He does a power bash, and he increased one-handed damage, and has a chance of doing critical. And then you can pick the tree you want to level up here. So they're kind of in a vertical format, and when you get to the top of any of them, the top one in any branch has one of those special abilities that you saw him using against me. So there's like the big red blast, and that slows all enemies in the area. There's kind of a whirlwind sprint where he dashes forward toward an enemy. I can't remember what his third one is, but if we click on these top ones here, we can find the names of them. So there's Unyielding Will, Rending Strike, and no, those aren't the names of them. Maybe he only has 2 of them, because those sound correct. Rending Strike, Unyielding Will. It could also be I'm wrong about them being... it might be that they're automatically unlocked when you hit the tree, that he just has the ability and they're not part of the tree. I'm going to have to ask about that. I can't remember. Hold on a second. Let me check the wiki. We made a wiki specifically for this because it was, for troubleshooting, it was nicer to have all of this stuff documented. Let's check. wiki.kinggathcreations.com. We'll go to Sigil of the Fallen. Hold on a second. I have an unlock. There's an unlock powers section. Unlock powers. Warrior. Okay, so there is Knockdown Rush is what I have one of them listed as. But I'm curious I'm gonna have to check if the wiki is up to date, or if some of this stuff was updated after. So hold on a second. Let's see the main tree in the center here. So we've got Shield Charge is the second to last one. Working backwards through the tree. Unyielding Will. Okay, yeah, that's one of the top ones. So that is the top of the heavy armor tree. The warrior spirit can create a barrier on themselves, reducing the damage they take for a short time. Knockdown rush. Okay, here we go. I'm just confused about where the tops of them are. Like I said, it's like kind of this tree goes along the outside. This one is on the actual on the shield. Knockdown rush. Warrior can quickly dash to target, knocking down those in their path. And then on one-handed weapons, let me find what the last one's called. Rending strike. The warrior can perform a magical strike that slows enemies nearby. That's that big burst is the rending strike. Okay, so let's invest here. We're gonna go with. I like the knockdown rush. I think it looks cool. Let's go ahead and invest in his shield. Okay. Arrows hit the warrior shield should do no damage. What do we got over here? Disarming bash. 50% chance to disarm when power bashing. Yes, please. Shield charge. Knock down targets. Yep, that sounds awesome.
Something has shifted within the geode. Do you feel it? We should examine it closer, but with care. Such power rarely stirs without reason.
Because a zombie crawling out of the strange black goo. Be careful. All right, here we go. Sorry, Miko, you're not on here.
The one who now bears Oblivion's wall. Hear me now. I have words that must be spoken. A foolish question. We are within the geode. Where else could a spirit such as I be bound? You feed the geode, your offerings strengthen it, and in turn also you feed and strengthen me. The fog in my mind thins. Lost memories stir, but they are vague, fragmented. I wish to remember. You will help me do this. In return, I will show you how to wield Oblivion's wall as I once did. Show you how to rekindle its dormant power. Then it is agreed. You shall serve as my witness, my tether. And perhaps together, I can finally recall what weighs so heavily upon me. I invite you into my memories, but tread lightly. I will not abide any impudence.
Oh, and that answers our question about his alpha does get fixed. So I don't know why he ended up invisible in that. I do know we have a system to move the spirits, and what's interesting about ghost NPCs in the game is they're just normal NPCs. They just have an alpha setting to them, and then they have this kind of like wispy magical effect applied to the NPC to give them that ghost look. But what's funny is a lot of times when you're moving the characters around and they're unloaded and stuff, they'll lose the alpha setting, and so they can end up being like fully visible people again, which is very jarring. So I think we have a system set up to just disappear them, setting their alpha all the way off, and then setting it back again to the correct value, so that we don't risk
hands invite trouble.
We don't risk them looking like real people again temporarily, because that would be again quite jarring and break the immersion of the whole situation. Granted, having them be invisible, not ideal also, but less bad than having them just look like regular people.
Pardon me. Don't mean to intrude, but might you be...
Be gone, child. My temper is short, and I have little patience for trembling whelps.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. My village, we need your help.
Ha! I care not for you or your miserable village. Your woes mean nothing to me. Now leave. Lest next, it will be your blood the barkeep is scouring from the floor.
Bangrit! Orcs from Clan Bangrit. They keep attacking us. We need protection. Please, we'll pay whatever you ask. Please.
Keep your meager payment, child. Sit and tell me more of these orcs. It returns to me. This tavern and the boy, There is something about him. His face, it stirs emotion long buried. Enough of this place. If you have gleaned enough, let us be gone from here. I must know what followed.
Okay, so these sequences I freaking love. These were a huge technical challenge to pull off. These floating islet items are crazy. I thought this tech was only in Starfield, but it is. You can do it in Skyrim. Fallout 4 too, presumably. So this is kind of like the inverse of the Kellogg memories. In the Kellogg memories, the memory pauses while you look at items, and I think we did the memory plays, and then you're free to go look at items after the fact, and you can choose to skip all these if you want to. So now we can go click on things and get more information. Oh, let me introduce you to the most expensive voice actor in this. So we have learned over the years doing a lot of this stuff that hiring professional child voice actors is incredibly expensive, and it explains exactly why Bethesda games have so few kid characters in them. It is crazy. Like a kid voice actor, just we're not even talking about like celebrity children voice actors, just average, like a kid who's better than, like, we couldn't use my own son because he's not a trained actor, but just a kid who's got reasonable acting chops, and it'll cost you 2 to 4 times as much as any adult, which is crazy.
That child, such a fragile thing, small, trembling, and reeking of fear. I remember despising him for it, thinking him barely worth the air he breathed. Yet as I look at him now, something inside me recoils. His eyes, something within them, unsettles me to my core.
Hey, Jason, how are you? I got a head.
Ah, yes, my most recent conquest. A vampiric general who served some dark mistress. A witch, perhaps. Or was it a queen? I took his head in the marshes near Solitude. I have not yet decided if I claim the bounty upon him or gift it to the tavern keeper. Perhaps he'd have mounted it on the wall instead of the troll. The vampire's head. Ha! It has a certain ring to it.
Sure, I guess that's one reason to use an adult that can make a kid voice. Yeah, for sure. I think that's why that's probably one of the #1 reasons. But also, they're going to be better actors too. But I know that we've tried that in the past, and I think we just don't have the right contacts of people who are good at that, who can do like a believable kid's voice. The people that we've used in the past for some Sim Settlements kids, they don't quite sound like kids, and so like you just can tell. So that's why we ended up hiring a kid to play Laura in SS2, and same thing. It was very painful to set up the recording of, like, you got to work with agencies, and there's a lot of restrictions on how the recording goes, which makes sense. You got to protect kids. You don't want them getting taken advantage of, but it explains so much. Like, learning that now, this was the second time I think we hired a real kid, just because we wanted them to sound believable. And yeah, it's pain. We will continue having the similar rules to Bethesda of, like, we will only do kid actors if it's meaningful for the story. Otherwise, it's like it's just too much. Unless if my kids get a little older and they want to do some voice acting, I probably would let them if they would actually take it seriously and get good at it.
Strange. For one whose memories lie in fragments, that felt precise. Every whisper, every twitch, he noticed and recalled. His senses were indeed keen. Very little escaped his notice.
One of the things this system really makes me want to do is figure out if there's some sort of, like, sport we can do in the game, like in Starfield or something, where you have to, like, launch physics items into a goal. I think it would be fun to play around with. Oh, I guess we should look at Nagar. So.
And there I am, Malbrak the Unyielding. It is strange to see myself whole again. So headstrong, so certain that strength is all that matters. That conviction, it fortified me as if it were armor. But clearly it was not enough. Look at them. Drunkards who would swagger and shout, breaking teeth in chairs alike for sport. But perhaps I am too harsh. Perhaps they were just men, desperately doing whatever they could to forget their smallness. But whenever I entered the scene, they remembered it all too well. Their laughter died. Their heads would hang low. Silence. Like a temple in reverence before their god.
I don't know how the time freeze stuff works in the game, but I like that it exists where you can freeze certain characters and stuff. And it's actually pretty snappy that it's able to like grab everybody in the area and do it all at once. Oh, I missed the troll head.
That old troll's head. By the gods, even now I can smell its mildewed odor. The beast was my first worthy kill. It was about to feast upon some poor wayward traveler before my blade found its gut. That traveler took the head, mounted it, and named a tavern after it. In gratitude, the man swore I'd drink free till my dying day. I thought it an empty gesture, but he never did turn me away. Some fool thought himself brave. He spat my name and offered naught but brazen taunts. Once I was done with him, the floor shone a deep crimson. Yet even as I beat him, each blow fell duller than the last. And when my rage finally faded, I felt nothing.
This is not like the type of guy that you go mess with. Look at that armor. Yeesh. Alright, on to the next one. Oh, wait. There's a... There's all this outside. These outside areas and stuff ended up looking so cool, just building these little vignettes. We had this... we were trying to do... I don't remember how this came about. We wanted to make sure that it didn't look like you were just, like, inside a space. We were like, we want this to look more epic than that. Like, just... So that it didn't just look like you built, you know, like, oh, you just copy pasted it in. So I was like, okay, what can we do to make it look like you're really inside the geo and this is kind of a generated memory? I don't remember what all of our inspirations were to get this idea. Oh, I think one of the things we used was BioShock Infinite, the way that Elizabeth could create those riffs. That was like part of the art direction when we were talking about this. I really like the way these came out. Yeah, going pretty smooth chasing. We had a couple of bugs earlier, but nothing game breaking.
The brigands, they came from the south. They burned my barn, and my husband. They slaughtered him. He was only trying.
Spare me your grief, woman. Your dead are not my concern. Now, tell me, how many attacked?
3 of them. They were 3 in number. Big, ugly orcs with blue marks on their faces.
Is that so?
But your prowess is well known. The black-clad warrior with a fearsome shield. With you to defend us, those brigands will surely think twice. Until their return, we'll happily provide you food and lodgings.
Ah, keep your bread. I am no feeble peasant. I do not sit and wait. These attacks come from the south, you say? Are there any caves, dens, anything southward where a wretch might conceal themselves?
No. No caves. Only the old mines. But they are deep and cursed. No one goes there.
Predictable. These mines, they are where your brigands will be hiding. And it is there that they shall die by my hand.
But wait, you're leaving! Now! Then let me come with you, please. I can be useful.
You useful? Ah, your foolishness is both amusing and pathetic. Do as you like, child. I do not care. Spineless louts. Their weakness disgusted me then, and it disgusts me still. But they are dust now, irrelevant. The knowledge I seek lies beyond. Come, we continue.
There was a tension in him. Subtle, but constant. Never did he let his guard fall. He trusted none here.
Oh, more stuff to launch. Oh.
Blood and ash drawn in neat little lines. Countless towns and villages, born, burned, and forgotten. Skyrim changed faces often, but never did it lose its hunger for battle. War, that is what keeps the land alive. It is its heartbeat.
So what you're saying is war never changes?
Old crone. She bowed and groveled as though I were some divine weapon made flesh. She feared me, yet hid it behind flattery. Such is the way of fickle peasants. They bow and smile when they need you. But when the fighting's done, even if you killed in their name, they label you no better than a murderer, spitting upon the ground at your passing. At least the ones who called me monster to my face were honest. That I can respect. The answers I seek are close at hand.
Hold on, we're investigating, buddy.
Look at them, like straw men in ill-fitted armor. What were they guarding, I wonder? The village? The old woman? Or were they there to keep watch over me? If I'd sneezed too loud, they would have fled to the next nearest hold. I recall thinking it strange. Too clean a burn. Too deliberate. They said it was the work of brigands, yet no other home was touched. And their grief, it was hollow. No trembling lips, no tear-stained cheeks. Only practiced sorrow and words rehearsed too many times. I've seen true anguish. It shakes the soul. Whatever was happening here, it was not as they claimed. I remember it well now. The dust in the air, smell of pine in my lungs. And that blasted child scampering at my heels. barely able to keep up with my stride. I told myself I allowed it because I didn't care. But perhaps I simply desired some company. Enough! I tire of the chase. You scurry and skulk like frantic vermin, but we have come to the end. You have nowhere else to run. Reveal yourselves, if you possess any gall.
Show your blusting, great warrior. We'll show ourselves gladly. I admit I'm surprised. Surprised you'd be as foolish as to unwittingly walk into an ambush. You made this far too easy.
You think yourselves clever? That I did not foresee this? Your ploy to lure me was beyond obvious. Why else would anyone bother to harass such a worthless backwater village? Let alone Orsimer of Clan Banquet. Your ambush is meaningless. I am Malgrak, the Unyielding. No matter your scheming, with Oblivion's wall in hand, none can stand before me and live.
I concede, Clanfolk. You are correct. No one standing before you could expect to live. But as you can see, that was never the plan. The child, he was always the instrument of your undoing. We simply provided the needed distraction. Well done, boy. You did well.
I will.
Don't waste the last of your breath. The dagger's venom will stop your vile heart soon enough. And here you shall rot, alongside your foul shield. This is your retribution, Malgrak. And it was well deserved. Farewell.
This was my end. This is what I could not remember, and yet felt like chains wrapped around my throat. Laid low by a mere child who was puppeted by cowards too afraid to face me themselves. It is an insult carved into my very bones. What is it now?
Oh, that's funny. I couldn't hear the sound effect of the little thing. I can see it over there now. Couldn't hear it appear because his voice was overpowering it. I was holding my breath the whole time when this sequence started playing because I don't know. I'm sure you guys have seen some of the silly stuff that can happen in this game engine, like when an NPC goes to attack and they just totally miss their target. Sometimes when in testing, in the early drafts, the kid would be like standing like way back here when they swung, or where they would be here and they would do this little like hop back while they attacked. It would be just awful. So I'm glad it played correctly. Hope it does for all of you as well. By the end of development, because this is developed over many months, it was consistently working for us, but you never know, right? When you add in other mods and such.
A lone dagger slipped between the plates of my armor. I remember now the heat of that venom. It burned hotter than even the surrounding magma. I would laugh were it not so pathetic. Malgrak the Unyielding, failed by a child's knife. I, who have faced horrors that could swallow armies whole. Yet one tiny blade, one moment of carelessness, was all it took to undo me. To fall like this. It is not a true death. It is humiliation.
Looks like she got something to say.
He deemed the boy harmless, whether from pride Or a fragile blossom of trust. I cannot say. But his death, it was undeservedly gentle. For one so fierce.
I remember it well. Its feel, its weight, the hum of the metal. It welcomed my grip like an old lover. Oblivion's wall. When first I held it, I knew. With this, I would stand above all others. And that I did. I feared nothing, not mortal, beast, nor Daedra. Though once dead, I did fear the shield may be lost, swallowed by pooling magma. Strange to realize I cared more for the shield's fate than for my own bones beside it. I am glad it serves a worthy hand once again. That little whelp, frail, weak. I barely noticed him. Why would I? He was nothing. But then his dagger struck, and as the venom consumed me, I saw his eyes, green, unblinking. Even after the others left, he remained, staring at me as I lay dying. Not in triumph, just absorbing what he had done. That first kill changes you. I knew that truth. And now, so did he.
Oh, here we go.
This was my crypt. It is where my body rotted to nothing more than bone, and where my soul lingered for so very long. Decades, centuries, time meant nothing. Half aware, half dreaming, I became more shadow than spirit. And in all that time, only 2 living souls dared disturb me here. One was you, and the other... well, you should already know who that was. Of course, there was also the mindless creatures that occasionally wander in. Sometimes I would tear them apart just to feel something again. Other times, I simply watched them succumb to the toxic fumes and burn. After all, what meaning has slaughter when death had already claimed them?
Okay, let's see here. So there are in the memories, you occasionally find these little shimmers that will try and draw your attention. You should definitely go click on them.
Why cast your eyes to that spot? There is not an empty air.
These orcs, I recognize their stances, their stink. They were of Bangrit blood. And her, the one who spoke, she was the brood of the clan chieftain. They had come here to settle a score decades past. Weak minds cling hardest to old wounds. Though I am no better. I have carried grudges far beyond their own. In their spite, I see myself. Yet
That's a really cool visual, being able to see her through him.
Skulking tricks and ambushes, that is the way of cowards. To think my clan's blood would sink to such filth, that insults me more than anything else.
It's one of the things that we did differently in this project than we usually do is we invested far more in visuals Generally, most of our stuff is systems forward, and this was very much about storytelling and making sure like all of the aesthetics and stuff had main quest energy. Like it felt like all of the hero set pieces and stuff were put front and center.
Is that is myself? Live and whole. How curious to see.
I feel your presence. Please, come forth. Reveal yourself to me.
Long has it been since I smelled the stench of the living. Foolish girl, you trespass on a warrior's grave. Now you will share my torment.
Stay your hand, Mighty One. I know of your plight. I have felt it. I have come to grant you a choice. I offer freedom, renewal, and the rest denied to you for so long. If only you will listen to my offer.
Speak then, but choose your words most carefully. So it is done. My lost memories and my ultimate end laid bare. I find myself displeased. Some truths should perhaps stay forgotten. I'm not entirely certain. I believe I sought release. Any release. Even if it meant my soul would be no more. And my shield. I was promised Oblivion's wall would rest with my bones, sealed in a tomb befitting a warrior of my power. That comfort, small as it was more than I had known in decades. Is it not obvious? Very well, I shall explain. Clan Bangrit. Their stronghold lies far to the west. When the child first spoke of them, it seemed odd. Why would they attack a village so distant to them? Then, once we arrived, I could taste the falsehood. Tracks were all wrong. No blood on the ground. Their fear of the brigands felt performed. It was then I knew I was being drawn out, but I went anyway. I believed no trap could harm me.
Actually, I'm writing this one down because I'm curious if this one was supposed to be part of the previous. This question you can ask him was part of the previous or not. I guess it wouldn't be because you don't really get to ask him questions after each one. It's only. I'm gonna write it down anyway though, because I'm curious.
Mind your tongue, cur, or I'll... No, you're right. My end was pitiful. I cannot deny it. It is a shame beyond all I have ever felt. I have no answer to give you. I need time to sift sense from anger. For now, I shall honor my oath to you. Come, learn how to wield Oblivion's wall as it was meant to be wielded. Be silent. Open yourself to my recollections, and take what you can. There. My skill, discipline, and techniques for breaking foes against the wall, now lie within you. The shield will know. It will obey. But ensure you train your shield arm more. Your current ability is lacking.
My block skill's not great.
Now be gone. I have no more words. I must ponder.
Fascinating. I had not thought the geode would allow a living being to step inside, let alone leave again. But you have done this. Nor did I think that a bound soul might call to you so clearly from within. The essence you've poured into the mural stone, it has bridged the gap. Regardless, for now, the geode seems satisfied. The path to the next tomb is revealed. Yet, I think it wise to continue offering essence to the warrior stone, to Malgrak. His soul, it is unsettled. It yearns for something just out of reach. But if you keep strengthening his stone, deeper memories may surface, revealing that which he seeks.
Okay. All right, so those are the memory sequences for those of you guys who haven't seen any of them before. Those are, we've got a lot more of those. Well, 2 more long ones, and then there's a lot of follow-up dialogue in here if you continue to invest. We actually have a bunch more memory sequences written. The obviously producing them at that scale, like what you just saw, would have taken years to do as many as we came up with. So we have a lot more dialogue ones. I don't know if we'll end up doing, if we ended up recording them or not. I think we recorded them all, and they're like kind of in future patch content territory where they would be more like just 2 characters standing in the geode and talking, and you would see kind of them play out. But that's a system that I really liked as a story reward, because for me, I'm all about the story, like the systems and stuff I obviously like to play with. But I have always been one of those people that when I'm playing at RPG, like just the chance at a little more story content is all I need to pull me through. And I'm sure some of you guys who watch me all the time have heard me talk about how I always bounce off of Minecraft because it doesn't have a story mode to like pull me through and just give me a little inkling that someone cares about what I'm doing. So I always love those kind of little rewards. So we can continue to invest ectoplasm here, and we'll eventually unlock another little quest. We also have the option to start one of these, and then we have a little bit of side content to do, which I can't remember if we unlock the next thing from her or not.
I await your will.
No, I think each time you capture a new hero, if you talk to the guide spirit again, she'll have another little quest similar to the spirit flask one. And then there is a little side. There's a little side mechanic. Actually, hold on a second. Let's get her to switch back into the warrior. This little side mechanic that will trigger.
Who is it I assume the veil of?
I believe the next time we go to a city, it'll trigger. Let's go try that. There's a system to pull you over to it. Alright, and now we've got a warrior with us. We can switch over to back to our usual gear here. Lenzakri. Cadence rod. Alright, I believe the courier will deliver the thing. So let's go to Solitude. Speaking of Solitude, there's Oldus.
Every scar has a lesson.
Oh, you can hear them singing about us. Wait, does the courier not come inside the city? Is it only outside? Let's find out. I feel like that I can never escape that courier. He's not interested today. Hold on, let's go. Maybe I already do this on this save? Did I already show you guys this? Maybe that's why I'm not finding it. I've gone through this stuff on camera several times because I did it for... Oh, there he is.
I've been looking for you.
Yep.
Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Another note from your friend Rallis.
Oh, nope.
Hope everything is
This
all
guy.
right. Looks like that's
yeah.
it. Got to go.
I don't think I ever finished that quest line. I forgot about that. That's so funny because it's so all of the saves that I use for our testing, I'm in the middle of that quest as well. And I always get it. It always happens on this. So it's just so funny that it's happening on this playthrough now. Kind of want to go do this because I don't think I've ever finished this quest. All right, but we are going to go. So there's a courier that will deliver you a note about the Priests of Archay. And I can't remember if I already did it on this playthrough or not. Because I know I showed it on camera. Because I always like to, whenever we release something new, go play through a chunk of it just for folks who are on the fence and just want to see what they're getting in more detail beyond just a trailer and explanations.
Enough people appreciate a good song.
Oh, that is not a Hall of the Dead. Where's the Hall of the Dead at here?
Around who aren't complete fools.
I feel like it should be near the dead. Yeah, here it is, right? Wandering Wanderer. No, it's not. Is it? It's not in the catacombs, is it? I can subscribe. Does Bethesda have a say if your mods ever go on sale or not? Yeah, they will periodically put stuff on sale. Early on, we like coordinated it with them, but now they just kind of do it periodically. I think it was too much effort to try and coordinate it with everybody in DC, so now they just will periodically be like, hey, we're putting your thing on sale. Or like for Watchtower McLaren's, the last time they did it, they didn't even tell us. Someone else noticed on the team, was like, hey, did you know they put it on sale? I was like, nope. It's actually, honestly, it's a nice thing that we don't have to think about. There are times where I might request it in the future. Like, I think this thing would probably want to put it on sale around Halloween. Like, this would be, you know, if you want to play with ghosts and spirits and stuff, it would be nice. That was actually when we were originally going to release it last year. It was close to Halloween, but then we decided to bulk it up quite a bit, add a lot more content to it. All right, isn't there a Hall of the Dead in Solitude? I'm not crazy, am I? Hold on, look them out. But as far, oh yeah, there is right here. I'm not crazy. It's this building. But I don't believe that they can do sales in Skyrim yet. Wait, what are those 3 red marks? What are we being attacked by? That's not a dragon, that's a hawk. Well, apparently something's angry at me because I see some stuff over here.
There's a ghost just wandering around my inn like it owned the place.
Rest assured, your concern is heard. We will do what duty allows, but know that Arcay's servants are few, and our burdens many.
Well, if you say so.
Okay, so that quest you can get a note to pull you in here, but we're just coming over because I knew about it.
Arcay's grace upon you.
This voice actor, I think a lot of you guys I know are watch me regularly. You've heard me tell the story, but for those who haven't, who are watching the replay, this is the voice of John St. John, who did Duke Nukem, and
well met.
We wanted to work with him in a project, and then it was like, well, we don't want him to just do a Duke Nukem voice, and he does. He's a great voice actor.
Well met.
But when Cobus told us that this was John St. John, we were like, what? Because we just, in our heads, we've just got him in our heads as like, it's time to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And like, that's all you know him as. So then to hear him just playing a normal fantasy character is so hard to wrap your head around.
Each has spoken of restless spirits causing harm and concern. Yet the faithful are too few, and our strength does not stretch so far. Arcay knows we would aid them all, if only we could. I do not know the reason, but as of late there has been a troubling rise in hauntings. Angry spirits walking the land and lashing out at the living. Many know not where to seek aid when such things occur, and so they bring their fears and concerns to the faithful. Forgive my discourtesy. I'm a priest of Arcay, the divine who watches over life's passing and the proper burial of the dead. Truly? Then the bringer of light smiles upon us today. Your aid would be most welcome. The faithful serve where we are able, but our numbers are thin, and for many of us, battle is not our calling. These restless spirits, they can be dangerously violent, you see. I speak from painful experience. If you're willing, we would ask that you investigate these hauntings and deal with the restless dead. We can provide locations for you. Arche is the divine who watches over the cycle of life and death. He reminds us that all lives have an end, and that this end must be respected. And so, we serve him by seeing that the dead are given their proper rest, and by doing what we can to preserve the balance between life and death. There is a place we were told of only recently. Here, I will mark it for you on your map. Please, travel there, find this spirit, and lay it to rest. But be warned, by all accounts, this spirit is highly aggressive. I fear force will be necessary. And please accept this, a token of gratitude. It is little enough, but may offer some assistance. May Arche watch over you.
Hamlet of Arche. So this is a unique radiant system in that you can have multiple going simultaneously. I don't know that I know there's a few mods have done this. I don't think the base game generally does this. But we wanted to make sure that players could get access to as much ectoplasm as they wanted. And what we kept finding in testing ourselves, and then like when players were feedbacking on it in the early dev, is that the system with the spirits like possessing random items was so much fun to just stumble upon them that we've wanted a way to force that to happen. So this little radiant system, we've got Priests of Arche injected into all of the halls of the dead in the base game, and any of them can give you one of these radiants, and it will give you a dungeon, and it will fill it with spirits. It will possess random items, and somewhere in there will be one boss spirit you can fight. Usually it will be possessing the chest at the end, and that one is guaranteed to have a bunch of extra ectoplasm. So if you want to like quickly grind out all the ectoplasm, to finish off the skill trees, or if you need it for using with the spirit flask, these guys are a good source of getting that. And then for RP purposes, there was a lot of talk throughout development of trying to capture the feel of what this might be. We never came up with like what would the expansion be? You know, we obviously, the East Empire expansion was like, okay, what would the East Empire do in Skyrim? And then like the Bard's College expansion, what else is missing to make it feel like a Bard? With this, we didn't really start with an expansion idea. That was something that like we came to later when once we discovered the spirit as the method for how do we do a companion that can change their form and skill tree effectively so that they can be a utility character in whatever role you need them in on the fly, and you can change them around. Is when we got to the spirits, then it was like looking for stuff we could tie in. So then it was like, okay, Priests of Arche, but it was like Priests of Arche expansion is kind of a mouthful and doesn't really, it's not quite as exciting as Bards or East Empire. And it was like Hall of the Dead expansion. I mean, that sounds like an arcade game. So it ended up being, we ended up coming up with a new name for it, tying into more of the story elements, but we were trying to capture a lot of that spirity stuff. So tying in with the Priests of Arche. We talked about we did a tiny little thing with the Vigilance of Stendarr. That's one of the routes you can get into the quest line, is finding a dead Vigilant. But one of our designers pointed out that Priests of Arche would be more dealing with death, and that would make more sense than the Vigilance, even though they deal with some kind of spooky stuff. You know, they have that quest in Markarth where you have the haunted house, and that's guarded by a Vigilant. So it's kind of, there's a little bit of crossover there, but Priests of Arche are underserved. But still, it's not quite exciting enough to do a whole expansion around. I'm sure we could have come up with something, but that wasn't really the thing we were trying to focus on. I think you'll see some other elements we tried to like capture that feel. Like obviously we tried to reuse ectoplasm. Later you learn an ability called Seance, which again, a lot of trying to put in some elements to help people RP who just want to kind of play as a spirit hunter or ghost hunter, or really want to have that kind of stuff involved in their playthrough. So that was another thing for the Radiant Quest and for the having the possessed items throughout the game. I think in the future, I think we'll definitely be doing more system stuff as opposed to the oh wow, we got Alva singing for us, and
repeats itself.
these guys. I think we'll definitely go more systems focus on things and not just a big bunch of story, because I think that's what most of you guys come for, is looking for stuff where it's systems first and there's just a lot of stuff to do well beyond. Okay, look at this. We got the door to Solitude is possessed right now, so if we activate it or hit it, it should trigger trigger a spirit to come out. I love this system so much. It's so goofy, some of the stuff I can get possessed. Okay, hold on, let's try whacking it and see if it comes out.
I welcome this.
Take him down. I don't want to risk hitting the guards, so I'm going to let them fight. Get him, Miko. Oh, there we go. Now we should be safe. Give us your ectoplasm.
By the gods, the Emperor has been murdered on his own ship, moored in the inlet.
So yeah, so that system, as soon as you do the initial intro sequence of the game of Sigil of the Fallen, like after the geode explodes and you learn about the relics and the heroes and such, you can immediately go to a Priest of Arcane. Effectively, like, that explosion is what causes the possessed items to happen everywhere in the game. It is something I think we never ended up releasing it, but we have made locally a Bard's College expansion modified patch, which adds like some options, and we will definitely get that released. I think that's actually part of our plan over the next few months, is we're going to go back and do patches for a lot of our content, because we've just not had the time to do it. But we're in a good place now. We've made good strides, and we've got the team in a good spot. And we'll probably do the same for Sigil, of adding some sort of like potion item you can get that gives you options. So if people want to like turn that system off or make it more frequent or whatever, they'll have that ability. But all right, I think this is a good place to stop. So next time we play, we will I'll pick on the fly. I'm not sure which I'll do. Either do Malgrak's quest they'll have if we invest enough ectoplasm. We might do that just because I do want him to get more powerful, so that he's just a good ally as we go through. Or we might do one of the new spirits next time. Either way, we'll have time for some of both, but we won't get through an entire spirits like set in one go, because they're pretty long. Each of these has a pretty detailed story involved with them, and we're not rushing through this. So thank you guys for joining me. I will be back on Wednesday with more SS2, and then next Sunday we will be back on Starfield. So we're going to be alternating Sundays, Starfield, Skyrim, until we finish Sigil of the Fallen, and then we will go back to full-time Starfield Sundays. So thank you guys for joining me, and I will catch you later.